Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2019. It's episode 35. We are entering the 2026-2027 season. It's late June. We're on the opening day of the recruiting season. I've got 2 scholarships for next season. We've got to figure out where to apply those scholarships before we start that recruiting process. So I have 4 centers right now with 1 senior, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. It's actually tempting to take 1 just because Kirkland is already one of our top players and he's not about to get redshirted this season. Power forward, we have just 2, and they are both upperclassmen. All the more reason to take at least a post player, maybe actually a power forward, where I only have 2 right now. Small forward, we have 4. One of them is a walk-on in Argent. We do have a freshman and a couple juniors, so definitely not a small forward. Shooting guard, we have 3 right now, 2 scholarship, 1 walk-on, a freshman, and then a couple juniors. The freshman being scholarship. And then point guard. So I didn't even notice that. The only senior, Joey Walter, that's going to leave us with a single power forward next season. So I'm looking at possibly a point guard, absolutely 100% a power forward, and possibly a center. So kind of 50-50 split on whether a point guard or a center will be the second player, as I have a need for both. But 100% certain that a power forward will be amongst it. So we will not be looking at our 2 wing positions. Let's see who has interest. Actually, I should see who has interest, period. There we go. Wow, look at that. There's interest. There's interest from players in the top 100 now. Just because we're up to Conference C, even though our prestige is still relatively low, we are now starting to generate interest, including, look at this, power forward from Oregon. Number 98 overall, 3.1 GPA, high school senior, triple plus. Here's another one from Oregon, Spears, point guard. Nice. Okay. Finally. So we are going to do some work here and get these top players. Small forward. Number 92, only because he's in the top 100, we'll put him on the list. Again, a number 94, and number 96. These are the only wings that'll end up on the list at all. Okay, so we're on to Stringer, but we're going to do something here. Update. And only the top 250. .3 GPA, so that's going to be a no. I didn't necessarily look at the others. 263 will add him at the end of the list here. stop there. So Montgomery. Yeah, no Oregon guys down the list. GPA is 2.6 here at the top. That's a little worrying. Okay, these were the guys I did not add. Everybody else was okay. Oh, that's junior college transfer with that 2.6. So yeah. Now, let's remove this part. And let's take the top point guards. Those, what, in the top 100 maybe? Or the first 10 that I can get my hands on, that's 2. We don't know. Going out of the region, that's 3, 4. Seven point guards. Thinking maybe I'll look inside the top 100. There we go. Okay, that's 100. And that was 20 for the position. That actually might be a bit too much. We'll see. Power forward. This is the one that matters the most. No. Williams not happening. 2.3 GPA. And I will definitely find that with some of these guys. That's 15 power forwards. There's fewer power forwards in the top 100. And finally, we'll look at center. We'll take as many as it'll let us. This is a really long list compared to what I'm used to. And why? Because I'm finally looking nationally. We could finally use conference prestige as a thing. Program prestige is still going to be an issue, but okay, the list is maxed. We only got to 8 on the centers. So we might have to reopen that later on. So it's only 2 scholarships. I absolutely want to go for 2 really, really good players. But that doesn't mean we're going to get 2 really, really good players because, that whole... We still have a relatively low prestige, but we'll try. Really going to go for it this season. It also helping that I've got a bit more budget. In between last season and this season, I requested an increase in budget. After last season, we got the increase in facilities finally. This season, I asked for the increase in budget, and we got it. It was about 17,000 more than what we had previously. Maybe it was only 12 or 13,000. I don't remember the exact number. Maybe I still have the email. Did I keep it? Here we go. 13,000. I was at 178,000 previously for a long time. So we added 13,000 more. Here's our recruit class rankings from last season. Remember, I only took on a couple players, and so we were 46th. Pro draft, player out of Purdue, North Carolina, second player from North Carolina, Kentucky, and a third player from North Carolina are the top 5 picks in the draft, and no one from my team was selected. Remember, last year was a rebuilding year. Only had those couple players going out, just one starter, and they were definitely not my strongest starter. But here we are, ready for recruiting. Okay, now we have selected 10 players to watch film on. Good. Alright, let's switch to the call list and we'll start putting in some time. Now we'll see how this goes nationally. I mean, I've recruited national players before. But there you go, right away, our second guy from Hawaii. And how is he looking? School prestige, location, conference prestige, facilities. 3 of those we could really push. School prestige we cannot, but we can certainly push the others. And now that the conference prestige is as high as it is, and we are a state neighboring Hawaii, even though it's 2,500 miles away, still, they only have one school in Hawaii to choose from. Beyond that, they've got to head to the Pacific coastline, and that's what we qualify as. Facilities are good as well, so we actually really would have a decent chance on this guy. So we'll keep him on the list. And that's all the time we had, since we spent most of it on Gilbert, or Gilbert, I guess that would be probably. Alright, first week ready to be done. No scholarship offers to hand out just yet. We don't even have any information on these guys. Now my guess is these top 10 players or so are still out of our reach, but I think we can get after these guys here in the top 25. We'd have a decent chance at them. Every single one of these guys is an A. My favorite would be Shine out of California, who's an A on defense and offense. Really good ball handler. Great athlete. Yeah, that's an outstanding player to get. There's a reason why he's number 7 in the nation. And probably not going to join us, but, you know, we could try. We could try. GPA numbers coming back, and we've got a couple guys here that are too low. So Stone is going to be out. That 2.5 will not qualify. That 2.3 will definitely not qualify. .8, kind of on the edge. 2.6. That's not going to qualify. I should have taken you off. Alright, so we're down to 7 of the original 10 that we just took a look at, which I don't mind. Like I said, a lot of those top 10 guys are probably going to be out of reach anyway. So let's put the calls in. Cleaver's already got some unlocks going. And we got everything on him. School prestige is definitely the highest, but location and then conference prestige. Location is not going to be a good pitch. Conference prestige could work, should work, but school prestige he cares about the most. So probably going to have to let this guy go. I mean, we're still looking in the top 10 anyway, where there's going to be a lot of competition. And if the thing he cares about most is not something we have, that's a risk not worth taking at this point when I know that I could get a really good recruit still. Alright, so where are we at? Arnold. Ooh, nice. We're in school prestige again. It's a Hawaii guy. We'll see the other stuff. It's going to be another difficult ask to try to get him here at number 12. But we'll give him a week. Now that's all the call time, so we can switch to the watch list here. Update. And we'll get the next wave of... Ooh, hold on. Wait just 1 second here. 2.7, bare minimum. 2.1, not going to happen. I do have GPA on these guys now. I expected I was going to have to get film on them first. 2.3. 2.5. 3. 2.3. JC sophomore. That's a JC sophomore, but a 2.2. That's cutting it way too close. 1.8. Somebody's going to community college. Won't qualify anywhere with that. That's a lot of guys not qualifying. Nice. Jeff Johnson. Oh, okay, that's one of the ones that already liked us. So is this one. Morris Robertson. We are his number 1. That's one of those Oregon guys. Speaking of, while I have the chance, I want to put you down on my watch film list now. I don't want to wait. Okay, already removed those guys. Alright, that definitely will shorten up the list a bit. That does also give me the room I need to go back in and add some centers to the list. And I may just do that now. I have 6 as of right now. We left off at 20, other than our already interested member. Position rank 7. Sims is out. GPA. So we look at Brown. Number 28. That's where we're at, huh? 29. 39. AC sophomore. No. And actually not for a center. I'm not looking for an older player for a center. If I'm taking a center, I'm definitely taking a freshman. Okay, that's far enough down the list. Okay, now we can go back and look at our complete list. Oops, that's the everybody list. About the watch list. We've already put in our call time this week. And let's see, we left off right here. We will watch film on this next wave of guys. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the guys we're taking a look at right now contain the player will eventually sign. Any Oregons down here? There's one. Robertson. I think I've already got you, watching film. Suppose we could also scout you live, get double. Again, we are number 1 on his list, so we'll go for Spears as well. Okay, summer camp.
You have new mail.
Summer camp.
You have new mail.
And on to a new week.
You have new mail.
I don't think I went to a summer camp this year. Gotta save that money. Alright, so a little more detailed information than what we had before. We're also going to have some more GPAs to look at. Like a 2.5 here for Hall. Seen most of these, but there was definitely a handful that had not gone through. See if anybody else needs to come off the list based on GPA alone. Alright, that's just the one. Now, those 2.7s are questionable. How we're looking. Both Robertson and Spears are Bs. I do like Spears, though. Good ball handler. Good athlete. Good defense. Good GPA. Should have an easy time recruiting him, but I'd like to get someone higher. Alright, well, we're set to calls, so let's go ahead and do that. Nice. Top guy on the list. Number 3 in the nation. Conference prestige, school prestige are pretty equal, but again, we're not in the top. We're 3rd. So that's a difficult recruit to get after. Location's the next bet, and New York. So we're not going to get him. I said Hawaii, we've got a chance. That's all we got. This is normal for the top 10, 15. Wow, the whole bottom half of the list is nothing but interest, and in the past, that's usually guys that are ranked, 4, 5, 600. Here we are with all of them, quite a bit higher on the list. Now let's go back to the watch list. Scout 10 more. We'll scout you. We'll get that one more in here.
You have new mail.
Still getting through the summer camps. One more time. Alright, so we can see the divide between the A's and the B's is somewhere around 50. At least on first glance. Remember, all these evaluations get closer and closer to accurate as time goes by. That's a dead week. Alright, one more will get us to the end of the list, which is fine because we'll be at the end of July. Here soon, we can start to evaluate these guys. But compared to normal, there's plenty of quality. As I'm finally going for the national recruits, we'll see if it pays off. I think being in Conference C is the primary thing making this possible, and not the school prestige yet. Got a long ways to go on that still. Oops. School prestige alone, that's not going to happen, so we'll take him out of there. Okay, out of call time. School prestige, it's up there, but it's not everything. Location and conference prestige, we'll check on those. If it's location, we're screwed. But if it's conference prestige, we'll still have a chance. Top-notch defender, rebounder, shot blocker, and capable of scoring. This would be an outstanding player for us if we were able to get him. Okay, it's a dead week, so no camps.
You have new mail.
Yeah, just 4 left. And we'll get our first new rankings here next week. Took a few weeks, but we got through to shine and got everything. School prestige, conference prestige. Very closely tied, and that still very much says somebody who's looking to play for North Carolina or Duke, maybe Michigan State, maybe Oregon, but not for us. That conference prestige, we could certainly try to pitch, but I don't know. Gosh, this is a guy I'd really like to get, though, with the passing and ball handling that he provides. It's just conference prestige alone. We'll come back. I'm going to go look at something once we've used up all our time here. So yeah, there's another. Let's go for info. Yeah, conference prestige is now a 78. Team prestige a 46. With the facilities and the academics now an A-. So we can really pitch facilities where we couldn't before. That's come all the way from a D-, D+, when I first started the playthrough. Back in the 2017 edition, I mean, when we started 2019, we were what, a B? And we've already gone B+, and now A-. Yeah, 78, that's good. It's certainly a good thing. But if we're comparing, in A-, depending on where you're at in the country, and A- is anywhere from 87% to 92%. Conference prestige is a 78 out of 100, so it's good. And there's only 2 conferences higher. And we could certainly start to use it, but it's not that great. I think one more conference and then it becomes that. I mean, that'll push us into the mid-80s on that next conference. So we're there, but we're on the edge of that mattering. All right, we put in our call time. I'll wait a week on those guys so we can start to get some feedback on rankings and see how it looks. So let's do that watch list here. Gonna watch film on my 2 Oregon guys. At this point, there's 1 C. Let's go ahead and take another look at them. If they are still a C and everybody else is an A and B, I think that will pretty well decide their fate. There's another one showing up as a C. Alright, summer camp.
You have new mail.
Summer camp.
You have new mail.
And now on to the new week. Ooh, July 31st. I thought we were going to hit the new rankings, and no, not yet. Got everybody now. Oh, Montgomery now looking like a C. He might like us, but not going to like him back. Anybody with low defense these guys as well. So if they're still down there next week, they might all get eliminated. Okay, location, Massachusetts, or facilities. We're not going to get you. Location. You want to play close to home. And all we could pitch is facilities, which are good, but chances of getting that guy are slim to none. So let's not waste our time on him. Alright, it's a quiet period, so straight into recruiting, and now the new rankings. So we'll take our first evaluation of the group, eliminate a few of them off the list. Like this though, there's a lot of positives now, and we get pretty quickly into the more attainable guys, and there's still a lot of A's all the way down through 46, and just a couple of C's. Montgomery's out. And then Finley. Let's take those two off the list. Now everybody's in A or B. Now looking at the defense, I've got 4 guys that don't defend very well individually. So what do we have here? 2 of them are lower ranked. No outstanding qualities for Robin. Gone. And let's see, there was one more here in Johnson, also ranked 230. Yeah, no A's at all, so no outstanding qualities. Even though we are number 7 on your list, you are no longer on my list. Now those last 2 don't defend very well, but one of them is an A overall with a 4.0 GPA and ranked number 27. So we'll keep him on the list for now because there's a reason why he's up there, and it looks like it's offense. Here we have an incredible ball handler. He's just not a very good defender. You can run your offense and destroy your defense all at the same time. But hey, that worked out for Steph Curry. Most of the time, not a very good defender. But he's so brilliant on offense that their team tactic is just, we're going to outscore you. You can be up by 15, 20 points, but we're going to go on a little run and take a 15-point lead in about 3 minutes. So enjoy your lead while it lasts. So they say to every team in the NBA, and especially to my hometown Blazers. Alright, well, we've got our call time. Let's go ahead and put that in. These guys are still here for now. I don't know. Okay, Davis. School prestige, location, and conference prestige. We're hurting on all of those other than the conference prestige, but again, that is such a difficult ask. I'll let him go. Just trying to play it smart here. I'm looking into a lot of talent, so it's not like it drops off quickly. Find the right players, right options, location. Oh, look, okay. Location and Indianapolis, Indiana. Facilities could be. But this guy's another one that's just not going to happen, so I'm not going to waste my time on that last one. And that was all the time we had call-wise, right? Yeah. Let's say he didn't hang up. He just we couldn't talk to him any longer. Ouch, Triple F. That guy's in danger of getting sent away. Still a long list, though. Rank-wise, we've got a couple that have dropped down pretty far. Oh, Spears is one of them. Dang. I like Spears. I really don't want to have to end up with somebody that far down. So I have one small forward, one shooting guard left from that original list. I don't see any others. And they're pretty far down there. Let's see, have we put in our watch time? I have not. Let's go back to the top. Now it's that tricky part where you gotta start remembering who you leave off with. Otherwise you waste a lot of time going back and looking at the same ones. Doll. Alright, doll it is. All that we've done so far has barely hurt the budgets. The budget's still looking good. And we're going to green now. Like Kermit would say, you've got to be green. Okay, so on to call list. And what can we do, guys? What can we do? Now the only downside with what I've done here is I really don't have that many... Oh gosh, here we go again. Conference prestige matters most. He's out. And I keep eliminating guys that we're not going to get now that we've gone national. And I could get to the contact period and not have the information on the players that I need. But we're down outside of the top 25 now, so it should start getting a little bit easier. Alright, so green... Location matters, and you're from Maine. You might be close to Portland, but it's the wrong Portland. So he's out. Still hanging on to the fact that Green is the guy we left off with. Location, Hawaii, that's recruitable. Green. Be green. I saw you a moment ago. Where'd you go? There we are. Okay, R. Kelly. And then another green. Funny. Okay, so R. Kelly. Last week of August, we're going to get new ranks again. Last 3 players to check, so we'll just kind of ride with that. But in the meantime, let's get our calls in. I know we've got these first few guys figured out. I need to start getting the hang of who's who on that. Okay, that's Doll, and that's going to be all the time we have on this one. There we go. Academics, that's definitely something we can pitch. And we're starting to get up there. Norton candidates, player out of Duke, Michigan State, Utah are the top 3 favorites. And we have no one on the list this year. Into September. So looking at key dates, September 11th, just 1 week. 1 week away from our first contact period. I don't know what players I'm going after right now. I know I need a power forward more than anything else. Why don't I... Actually, hold on. Let's... Okay, we have a new C. J. Green, their rank has plummeted. And they haven't looked good. So we'll go ahead and take them off the list. Anybody else? Howell is not looking good. What do we got? Other than outside shooting, there's nothing in there that stands out. So let's go ahead and take you off the list as well. Trust my scouting reports. And what about defense? We've got one B. Green. Oh, gosh. Outstanding offensive player. Just troubling defense, though they will steal. There is some athleticism. It's number 66 overall. I'll leave them on the list. Alright. Now we can take some time to just isolate what we've got left of the power forwards, which is 7. All that is left is 7. There's Robertson, but he's really not that great of a player. Here's a couple really good individual defensive guys, but the only top rebounder we have is Cougar at the top of the list. Now, Buchanan does like us. He's not an amazing scorer, but he's a good passer. He might be our number 2 choice behind Cougar at this point in time. And he's out of Washington, so location favors us. Cougar, there's a chance. We could pitch location to him and have success. We could pitch academics to him and have success. He's not going to be an easy recruit for anyone other than Hawaii, and they'd be stupid to not go after him. But their prestige is going to be so low. But he doesn't care much about that. But neither parent went there, so it's a factor. They have no influence on him, though. Okay, so we're going to watch film on you. And I'm going to go ahead and put our first offer in for Cougar. And then we will pitch to him next week. Now my backup at this point is going to be Buchanan. Best defender. There's no A's in rebounding or anything like that. We're number 7 on his list. Cares about location. It's Washington, so we have something we can pitch already, but this is why I didn't put my calls in right away. I don't know if I have that. There we go. Okay, yeah, location, facilities is the backup, academics behind that. This is somebody who would like coming to play for us. So we will probably do a visit to him as our backup. And there's no other A's anyway. Now, point guard, we're going to be looking for top 1, and then we'll look at top 1 for center, and then kind of make a decision from there which one to pitch. I got 2 guys in the top 10. I've got a bunch of guys in the top 50, and still a bunch of A's, so that's looking good. I'm going to come back to that later, though, off camera. Center actually also looking really good, so Buchanan might not necessarily be a fallback, and maybe I take another center and just play them out of position and have a couple really good centers. We've got 2 guys in the top 15. We've got a few more in the top 50, and the others all still just outside. So this is a really good group. We've got guys that can defend and rebound and block and score and even protect the ball. So this is actually looking better than the options at power forward at this point in time. That's all the time that I have for this episode. I'm going to continue this journey recruiting off camera, and I'll see you for the beginning of the season. And hopefully we'll have 1 or 2 recruits completed by that point in time. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.